Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of LegalWiki. Today I'm delighted and thrilled to have Mr. Satyendra Sir on my channel. Sir has done his LLB from Banaras Hindu University and is currently working with PowerGrid Corporation of India, a public sector enterprise of the government. PowerGrid is India's largest electric power transmission utility. Sir is currently posted at PowerGrid Regional Headquarters, Calcutta as a deputy manager. It's been almost 5 years since he has been working with PowerGrid as a legal advisor. Before joining PowerGrid, he was a practicing lawyer at the Honorable High Court of Allahabad. He has also been a judicial and a government service aspirant after his master's in law. He is also a first-generation lawyer, and today he has joined us to share his insights and experience of working with public sector undertaking. Moreover, he will be discussing the working style of PSUs and provide advice on how to successfully enter into this particular sector. A very warm welcome to you, sir. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you today.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my views with you all. So, very first, I was very busy and also got sick last week, so couldn't take this session. So you could start with now. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. So before we begin, I would really like to thank you for accepting my invitation and taking out time from your busy schedule. I hope this conversation would be fruitful to all the young lawyers who wants to pursue LLM and planning to enter into PSUs. With this, let's begin. So firstly, I would like to ask you to explain to our curious viewers about PSUs. What are PSUs, including their roles and classifications, sir?
PSUs are a government-owned corporations which provides their services in various fields of public utility like oil, gas, electricity, aviation, space, research, and many other public services. PSUs are generally in two kinds of businesses: service-based PSUs like PowerGrid, GAIL, NTPC, NHPC, etc., and product-based PSUs like ONGC, IOCL, Coal India, Oil India, and mostly all PSUs are engineer-oriented organizations. But to run it smoothly, they also need to employ manpower in other fields of work as well, like HR, law, finance, admin, etc. So a non-technical professional gets placed in PSU in these departments only. But placement, post, and service benefits are one and the same for all.
Okay. Thank you for giving such an articulate and detailed answer, sir, explaining the concept of PSUs. So this brings us to our next question. What is the process of getting into PSUs?
For legal aspirant, jobs in PSUs are mainly of an in-house legal counsel, honestly speaking. PSU generally recruit legal officers through two ways.
Okay.
First, through conducting their own exams, like Coal India, Airport Authority of India, and Hindustan Zinc Corporation and Hindustan Copper Limited do. And secondly is through CLAT PG exam, Common Law Admission Test exam, which is conveyed every year for getting in NLUs for masters. The PSUs who recruit through CLAT are ONGC, PowerGrid, IOCL, Oil India, NTPC, HPCL, BPCL, MMTC, etc. Moreover, कुछ PSUs CLAT PG एग्जाम स्कोर के अलावा कुछ एडिशनल क्वालिफिकेशन भी मांगते हैं, like LLM or 2 or 3 years of experience as a practicing advocate. So procedure for getting into PSU is that the first a candidate needs to apply for CLAT PG exam.
Yeah.
Then he needs to appear for the CLAT exam and he has to secure a celebrated rank, All India rank, obviously. Then those PSUs who have notified their vacancy through CLAT will call you for an interview. And then after following their selection procedure, they declare the results. So this is the
Okay.
This is
So
all.
for you followed that CLAT PG one. You have given CLAT PG, and then later on you have you went for interview.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes. For
So
PowerGrid.
yeah, so I would really like to ask what types of question one can expect during PSU interviews, and with this, can you also describe your experience with the selection process, including how you prepared for the interview, plus what was the level of difficulty?
Interviews in PSUs plays a very important role for getting selected.
Okay.
Your depth in law is checked along with your suitability for the organization, which is also very much important. I appeared for CLAT PG exam to join PSU for 2 times in a row, in 2017 and in 2018. In 2017, I secured All India 5th rank in general category and appear for the interviews of ONGC and All India Limited, but unfortunately couldn't secure a place in ONGC.
Seriously, even
However, I
after
finally,
ranker.
yeah. However, I finally secured a position in PowerGrid in my second attempt of CLAT PG exam of 2018.
Okay.
So, talking about the interview question, I would like to share that PSU interviews are very important, और ये कन्वेन ही इसीलिए किए जाते हैं कि आपकी ओवरऑल पर्सनालिटी को असेस किया जा सके, and also to check your suitability for the organization. That is also very much important.
Correct.
So questions which are generally asked in PSU interviews are basically from contract, constitution, arbitration, performance of guarantee, insolvency and bankruptcy code, and commercial laws.
So काफी basic
And
questions
also, they ask basic questions. They ask questions which involves the depth in law, including bare concepts of the law.
Okay.
And a significant portion of the interview also from HR perspectives, like why do you want to join PowerGrid? How do you see the post of legal advisor? Why should we hire you?
Okay.
And what if you are posted in a remote location? Your likes, dislikes, your hobbies, your strength and weaknesses. So these are some questions. What sets you apart? Many questions are there.
Okay. So for PowerGrid, does it require any prior experience, or even the freshers can go for?
PowerGrid doesn't ask for any previous expertise or any previous educational qualification. Apart from educational qualification, any previous experience in that regard. But there is an age bar in PowerGrid that is 28 years.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know about the interview process. So what motivated you to join PSU, sir? And how did you make this decision that you want to get into this government sector?
Actually, I completed my LLB from Law School BHU.
Yes, sir.
And BHU is well known for its results in judicial and other hardcore government legal jobs, because it is a conventional university. So by that time, I was also under the same impression that law graduates are meant for judicial and other core legal jobs and practice only. And jobs in PSU as a legal counsel is not that lucrative or satisfying. That is something what I used to believe.
Okay.
So after my I shifted to Allahabad for judicial preparation, where many of my seniors from BHU were preparing for judicial services of different states. Meanwhile, some of them appeared for CLAT and cracked it. And when they joined PSUs like ONGC and PowerGrid and NTPC, then I came to know about this field in detail, like the luxury lifestyle it offers, the way it compensates its employees and take care of its employees and their family through best social security schemes and medical facilities. That thing inspired me and motivated me to pursue career in PSU. But I believe, I think.
That's amazing, sir. Wonderful. Okay. So, as a deputy manager law officer, what is your role in the PSU and what type of task do you typically do? So, basically, could you describe what a typical day in the life of a PSU officers look like?
Actually, we as an in-house legal counsel cannot appear before the court of law, as
Okay.
you know
Yes, yes,
this
sir.
fact. You must be knowing this fact. So our job, our main job is solicitation, consulting, advisory, and most importantly, I must say, is licensing. Because as an in-house legal counsel, our job is not only to protect the interest of the organization, but also to avoid unnecessary litigations.
Okay.
Because litigations are very expensive. So these are the general functions which a legal advisor performs, but the core legal functions basically changes from PSU to PSU. So as you ask, as a deputy legal manager, my job is to maintain legal records of the organization, update them on a regular basis, legal vetting of various legal documents, contracts, indemnity and guarantee bonds, engagement of advocate for the case and arbitration matters, conference with senior advocate of High Court and senior Supreme Courts, advocate generals, and briefing them about our case, and taking decision as to filing of an appeal in legal and arbitration matters. So, and as you are that talking about a typical day of PSU legal officer, how it looks like. So, to start with, in morning I open the computer and track the court cases, that how many matters are for hearing for today. Then just examine some documents and contacts come for legal vetting from various departments. Then prepare some proposals, e-notes for taking steps in new cases. Then go to for a conference with advocate of High Court by the second half. Discuss the status of the case with management, preparing strategies for taking next legal action. That's how
Okay.
you connect, I guess.
Yeah. Correct, sir. So when you initially joined PSUs, did you face any issues or any challenges you have faced? And if yes, then how did you overcome them? And also, would you like to share any interesting challenges you have faced during your career?
Actually, as a starter, job of a legal counsel is not that easy, honestly
Correct.
speaking. All seniors are not supportive and all colleagues are not cooperative. They actually presume that as you are a law graduate and have qualified for this job, then you know the job and you have been assigned the work. So initially I too faced some difficulty in learning the basics and way of doing things. But then मैंने अपने communications को अच्छा किया, previous records and cases को पढ़ा, चीजों को अपडेट लेने लगा, चीजों को अपडेट सीनियर से, एडवोकेट से अपडेट लेने लगा, और मैंने नेक्स्ट वीक प्लान बनाया. नेक्स्ट वीक प्लान मतलब जैसे मैंने नेक्स्ट वीक में क्या क्या चीजें होनी है उनको अभी से प्रिपेयर करना और उस पर अभी से काम कर लेना. इससे बहुत से इश्यूज का जवाब होता था मेरे पास और मैनेजमेंट को ये कॉन्फिडेंस होता था कि ही कैन फिनिश इट अलोन.
करेक्ट.
So my interpersonal skills and inquisitive nature also played very important role to make me to succeed as a legal advisor. So talking about interesting challenge I faced, I remember a big story. Should I share it?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So to start with, we are the biggest transmission utility of India. 60% of power generated in India runs over the network of transmission lines, our network, our transmission lines. So in one of the project of construction of transmission line, civil judge passed an order of ex parte injunction against PowerGrid, that is us, against us. Okay. Subsequently, our project got stopped. Or it was a project of around 4,000 crore in that single line. Management pressurized us that due to COVID situation, we are already delayed a bit late in completion of this project. Hence, vacation of injunction order in this matter was inevitable and urgent. As a legal advisor, we just convinced them that we will give our 100% to vacate it. Don't worry, sir. And we started preparing in that direction. In that matter, when we appeared before the court to file a reply, and then we were informed that the learned civil judge junior division who passed this order is on maternity leave after passing the order and will join the dais after 6 months of period. In that case, we could not wait for so long. So I applied for change of court, but the same was unheard. Then I decided to file an appeal before the DJ against that order. And we engaged senior advocate of Honorable Calcutta High Court to appear in this case. And DJ fixed the matter for hearing. The appeal, but on hearing date, we came to know that DJ got transferred to Darjeeling District Court.
And then
now a significant period of time had already passed. We then started to wait his successor in office. Meanwhile, I approached the High Court in a writ for a direction to DJ in charge to entertain our appeal against that interim injunction order passed by the lower judge, civil judge junior division. High Court, looking to the urgency in the matter and that the project is of government and public importance, order so that when looking to the urgency in the matter, they order also that you can approach before the court. We then again rushed to the district court with the High Court direction and appear before the DJ in charge, who was as a civil judge senior division that time. DJ in charge, not DJ. He heard the matter and fixed a date for hearing the case on merit. We were finally very happy that stay will be vacated. But then suddenly we heard that in that very day, a senior advocate of High Court got stuck in district court lift area for more than half an hour. And to condemn this administration of district court, District Bar Association passed a resolution for non-functioning of court by bar side unless that lift is changed completely. Again, we waited for 2 weeks until the bar resolution is lifted. Then, meanwhile, our advocate informed that DJ in charge has been transferred to some other district with promotion, means as a DJ. So all the hearings which had been taken before him, which had been happened before him, went into vain, actually. Now imagine more than 4 months had been elapsed in this whole exercise. We had exhausted all our efforts. Now we had no choice but to wait for DJ to join that office. Then again, we came to know that senior advocate we engaged in this matter is the husband of lady district judge who has been appointed in the district court of Barasat. Now, as a legal ethics, our senior advocate refused to appear in this matter because bar does not allow so. Because it was his wife who is presiding as a lady district judge in that district judge court.
Yes, correct.
And as a dignified judge, that DJ ma'am also refused to entertain our matter because his husband was appearing in this case.
Right, obviously.
इसके आगे मैं मतलब I can't explain that how we vacated
So
that
right
order.
now the matter is pending only.
No. That order was vacated. That lady judge assigned some other additional district judge to entertain our matter, and he entertained our matter and vacated that because our legal points are very strong. We are very settled with our laws and judicial precedents.
Uh-huh.
And also injunction passed in any government project cannot be sustained. So we got that order vacated, and that was the most peculiar and most happening moment of my life as a legal advisor, I must say.
So moving on to our next question. How does your experience working in a PSU different from those working in a law firm, and how important is your work-life balance to you?
So we're talking about this perspective of working. What I believe, working in a government organization always gives you a feeling of being a public servant.
Correct, absolutely.
At the very beginning of one's career, one is exposed to high-stake legal matters involving thousands of crore, as I previously mentioned. Management reposes a trust upon you that you could do it. And that is what gives you work satisfaction. Further, PSU provide you a 9 to 6 p.m. job routine. You usually don't need to carry any work to your home, and usually don't need to bring some work from your home to the office. So tours and travels are part and parcel of this job. Whereas in law firms, you play a role of a first-hand litigation lawyer. Your job hours not end with the court hours. Rather, you have to be present for research and presentation of the case, drafting of the materials, what has to be presented before the court tomorrow, what has to be done before the court tomorrow. Even after the court hours, that in law chambers or law firms chamber. I remember in my internship days with senior advocate of High Court Lucknow bench, where I used to get leave after 9 to 10 p.m. in the night when the chamber closes. Personally speaking, at that very time, I had made up my mind that I'm not going to join advocacy at all. So for me, as you said, work-life balance matters a lot. A healthy work pressure, tea and gossip breaks in between, घर का खाना in lunch time, and office, whatever time I get, I could give to my, and after office, whatever time I get, I could give to my personal and mental peace and to my family, most importantly.
Yeah, that's really nice.
2 days holidays in a week, minimum 2 trips in a quarter, and then festival with family and friends. That's all.
That's wonderful, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on to our next question. So recently in news, we are hearing that with the government is considering to privatize the PSUs, and they are seeking private investors to run them. So what impact do you believe that it will be having on our society, and at the same time, those who are working in PSUs?
The formation of PSUs lies in the core concept of socialism.
Correct.
Starting with the preamble of the Constitution, which starts with we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. At the time of our independence, when we were not that much socially and educationally forward, then government formed such institution to support Indian economy, and then I mean to say that then institutions like ONGC, IOCL, NTPC, PowerGrid, nationalized banks came into being.
Correct.
And they played a vital role in the overall development of this country. In fact, they have retained the golden growth of this country single-handedly. Now, when the government is saying that the government has no business to be into the business, that is what government says in support of his disinvestment plan in PSUs, then I think that it is something that is not in consonance with the basic mandate of the Constitution of India. And that basic mandate is to flourish India as a socialist country also. Because still our society has not achieved the aims and objectives of a complete socialist country. So the jobs of eligible candidates will get hampered by this means of government stand. However, the government will not succeed in its objective, because government also knows that PSUs are profit making and PSUs are the backbone of this economy. Without PSUs, they cannot think
to run,
for the inclusive development of this society. Because as you see that even after passing the 75 years of this independence, how many private sector banks have opened their branches in rural areas or remote areas of India? Very few, or like nothing. So I do not find this stand or this decision of the government as a healthy India or healthy future of India.
So you have talked about ground reality, right?
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Okay, so moving on to our next question. What is the most important lesson you have learned during your time working with PSUs? And can you share your experience for those who wants to enter into this particular career?
These are great and fun place to work. First of all, they pay and reimburse you handsomely. Top PSUs like us spend more than any private organization on our training and development. You are covered with top-class medical facilities for your family and dependents. Social security schemes are unparalleled. Work-life balance is great. Sports and cultural events are refreshing and very engaging, very employee engaging. And moreover, because of all India operations and all India offices of PSUs, an employee is posted at different states in his service tenure, which gives him a chance for a lifetime to explore the people and different places of this country, to know the different dialects, people, ethnic culture, and to cherish it throughout his life for a period of 60 years at least. And my important lesson you ask, I guess.
You have learned during your time working with PSUs.
So my important lesson is that be honest to your job, and your job will give you great opportunities to grow.
So finally, this would be my last question. So before I end our interview, Do you have any final piece of advice for today's law students?
Competition in PSUs getting tougher day by day. For law students, I must suggest that don't take CLAT exams as a side-by-side preparation with other exams. Like people prepare for judiciaries and they also think that I will give CLAT side by side.
Correct.
अगर हो जाए तो अच्छा है. So far so good. Otherwise, judiciary की तो कर ही रहे हैं. So this mindset is not good. I believe, because I prepared for PSU single-mindedly, and that this is my ultimate focus. Because before that I was preparing for judiciary and मैं बहुत करीब जा करके वहां से एलिमिनेट हुआ. I appeared for interviews in many states. So set a goal to crack PSU. Be precise in learning and prepare for the exam by giving your 100%. Life and career in PSU is really challenging, thrilling, and satisfying. Most importantly, they pay and reimburse you handsomely. They spend more than any private organization on your training and development. So, and work-life balance is also great here. So this is all for the legal aspirants.
So thank you so much, sir. Here we have come to end of our session. And this was really amazing interview with you. You have, because the reason being, you have talked about ground reality, how does PSUs works and what the difficulties one can face. And you have make us aware a lot of interesting facts. And I hope the insights which you have given to us today would be fruitful to all the future aspirants who are looking forward to enter into PSUs. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Surbhi. It was really nice talking to you. I'll be open for such discussion and will try to answer any further query as to this particular podcast in comments as well.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Same to you, sir. Thank you so much.